Hello, welcome back to Storytime with Dog. That's me, I'm Mog. And today's story is called Sophia and the Purple Traveling Case. Well, this looks like a very interesting story. It was written by Marilee Mayfield and illustrated by Pan Georgiou. I think I said that right. Oh, some of these names are hard to pronounce. Well, let's get into it. All right. Oh, look at all the pictures and clocks. It says, for my nieces and nephews with love, Pan Georgiou. I think that's what it says. Oh, I gotta get it in the picture. There we go. It's a big book. I tilted a little bit. Yeah. Aunt Stella, you're finally here, exclaimed Sophia. She hugged her favorite aunt. I'm so happy to see all of you, said her aunt as she dragged in a purple suitcase decorated with pink flowers. Let me carry your suitcase to the guest room, said Sophia's dad. No, said Aunt Stella firmly. I'm the only one who carries my purple suitcase. You can carry the others. Aunt Stella pressed a button, and tiny wheels popped out on the bottom of the case. Sophia was amazed that the wheels were purple, too. Her aunt rolled the case to the stairs and then lugged it up one step at a time. Tired from her trip, Aunt Stella decided to take a nap. Sophia's mom laid her little brother Georgie down for his nap too. Then she promptly started making her prized peach pie with Sophia's help. Sophia's dad watched over their shoulders. I'm curious about that purple suitcase, he said. I wonder why we're not supposed to touch it. Maybe it has something dangerous in it. Maybe there's pirate treasure in it, said Sophia. Maybe it has purple undies with pink flowers in it, said Sophia's mom as she giggled. Oh, that is pretty funny. Could be, though, I don't know. And Stella came down for dinner with a heavenly grin on her face. Yum, she said. I smell my favorite peach pie. She smiled at her sister, and then she turned to her niece. Now, Sophia, tell me what you've learned this year. Okay, said Sophia. I learned how to read a book. Daddy helped me to fly a kite, and Mommy taught me how to tie my shoelaces. I even learned how to play soccer. Best of all, I learned to ride a bike. It still has training wheels, though. Wow, that's a lot of exciting things for 1 year, exclaimed Aunt Stella. Maybe this week we can do some of those things together. Sophia nodded her head and smiled. Aunt Stella always made her feel so grown up. After a wonderful week visiting her family, Aunt Stella was ready to return home. Early in the morning of her last day, she looked in on Sophia to find her still sleeping. Careful not to wake her, Aunt Stella quietly tiptoed downstairs. She spotted Sophia's mother in the kitchen, and before saying goodbye, she told her that she left a gift for Sophia in the guest room. Oh, what do you think it is? I think it's the purple case. Maybe, I don't know. When Sophia awoke, the family gathered in the guest room. They just stared at the purple suitcase in amazement. That's when Sophia's dad saw the note taped to it. Sophia, I hope it takes you to the same magical places it took me. Love, Aunt Stella. Bewildered but curious, Her dad decided it was time to see what was inside the purple case. He tugged the lock and pulled the zipper, but he couldn't get it open. "Don't worry about the suitcase, Alex," Sophia's mom said. "You're going to be late for work." "Can I try to open it?" Sophia asked. "Sure. She left it to you," her mom said. I bet that dad was not happy he couldn't get into it. Sophia rolled the heavy case into her room and placed it on the bed. Then she touched the lock. The case opened as if her touch was magic. One of Aunt Stella's colorful scarves was inside, but Sophia thought she saw something else under it. As she moved the scarf, there was a giant whooshing sound, and she fell head first into the case. Whoosh! Suddenly, Sophia landed hard on the ground. She stood up to see she was in a green field filled with pink flowers. There was a blue pond and a castle in the distance. It appeared someone was waving to her from the window of the castle. "Is that Aunt Stella?" she thought out loud. Sophia wasn't sure where she was, but she knew Aunt Stella could help her. So she ran toward the castle, leaping over clumps of flowers and grass along the way. Oh, what a magical suitcase! She entered the castle and began walking from room to room in search of her aunt. Each room was marvelously decorated, but Stella could not be found in any of them. Sophia then walked into a bedroom that was truly adorned for a princess. It had beautiful purple curtains and a canopy bed to match. She had grown tired from the hunt for Aunt Stella and decided to lay her head down for a quick nap. "I'm so tired. No one will notice me," she thought. When Sophia awoke, she was at home in her own bed. "Wow, how did that happen?" Sophia thought. "Where was I?" She looked around her room. The purple traveling case was still on the bed, but the pattern had changed to pink fish and baubles. Sophia leaned closer to the case and reached out her fingers. As she touched the lock, the case opened, and she fell in head first again, this time with a splash. Oh, she doesn't learn. She keeps splashing into the case. "Oh, look at that. She's the mermaid. That's neat. Hey, look at that. Oh, look what I got. Oh, I just happened to have these out today. Oh, little octopuses. Just like this guy." Oh. In a split second, Sophia was under the water. She was surprised she could breathe. When she looked back, she could see that she had a mermaid's tail. "No wonder I can swim so fast," she thought. In the distance, she could see a beautiful coral reef. There she saw the Sea King. He was a large octopus surrounded by mermaids, who appeared to adore him. "Wait, is one of those mermaids Aunt Stella?" she wondered. "Is it really her? Kind of looks like her right there." Sophia moved in for a closer look, and the mermaids scattered to hide. The Sea King eyed her suspiciously and asked what her business was in the Sea Kingdom. "I thought I saw my aunt," said Sophia. "She looked like one of your mermaids." "Impossible!" exclaimed the Sea King. "They are all my daughters. You must leave now. The Sea Kingdom is no place for you." The Sea King waved Sophia away with his tentacles. Well, with that, Sophia opened her eyes. She stretched out and realized her foot was hitting the purple case. It was still on her bed. It must have been a dream, she thought. She glanced at the clock. It was time to get up for the day. After breakfast, Sophia couldn't get the suitcase out of her mind. Were her dreams somehow connected with it? She marched back upstairs to her bedroom and looked at the suitcase again. This time it had a pattern of rainbows. How strange, she thought. She touched the lock and the case opened. Whoosh! She fell in, and suddenly she was riding on the back of a unicorn. Whoa, that's cool. The sky was filled with a giant rainbow, and the unicorn took off through the pasture of blue and red flowers. The wind was blowing through Sophia's hair. Up ahead she saw Aunt Stella waving from a train. Sophia pulled the reins on the unicorn's collar. The unicorn slowed, galloped up to the train platform, and bent down so Sophia could get off. Wow, that's amazing. Sophia quickly boarded and found Aunt Stella in the dining car. "You found me," and exclaimed Stella. "Did you have fun on your travels?" "Yes, they were wonderful," said Sophia. "I just wish you didn't have to go." "You can come visit me any time," said Aunt Stella, "and I'll come visit you next year." Now the mystery of the purple traveling case was solved. It wasn't used to take on travels. It was a way to travel. "But how can you visit without your purple traveling case?" Sophia asked. "I have a new one. I thought I'd go for red this time," said Aunt Stella, and she rolled out her new traveling case. "What's in it?" asked Sophia. "Let's open it together and see," said Aunt Stella, with a smile and a wink. Oh, who knows? They're not going to tell us. The end. Probably more adventures, I imagine. Oh, let's just put that there. Oh, that was a really nice book. Sophia and the Purple Traveling Case. Oh, my light just went out. Well, guess I need more batteries. Well, thank you for coming to Storytime with Dog. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.